Our lungs are amazing. Look at these lobes, upper right, middle, lower. 5 lobes in all. We take a gunshot right here. Oh, we still have 4 lobes functioning and keeping us alive. Air is going to enter through the trachea and then onwards to the bronchi and into lobar or segmental parts of the bronchi and into this tissue. All here is alveoli, and that's what you're seeing to the right under the microscope as a close-up of these alveoli. Now the bronchiole has a wavy edge, and so when you're looking at a slide, sometimes you think, well, there's holes everywhere, but only one has a wavy edge, and here we have it. And that's a classic bronchiole. If you're lucky, you'll see that. And we're not really seeing it over on the right side here. The columnar epithelium will tell you that it's truly a bronchi because it's a columnar wall that surrounds it. There's also a big area called the lumen. It's just an opening. Blood vessels, this individual looks not real healthy, so we go over here for blood vessels. There we have it. There's it's surrounded by a smooth muscle, so you know these are small blood vessels, maybe arterioles or capillaries. Alveoli, okay, the bulk of this tissue is alveoli, which is plural. Alveolus is singular. So all of this, these open areas here, they're like grape-like clusters when we're alive that absorb oxygen. But if we cough a lot, let's say someone who is a chronic smoker, then these clusters will rip, and some of them are repaired, but over time the lung function diminishes, and that's not always reversible like some people believe. Onto the tooth, enamel. That's the tough outer part of the tooth. It would fracture because it's so hard, except underneath is this flexible dentin, which makes up the bulk of the tooth and allows some flexion of the tooth without shattering. Here's an important area. See this gap here? It's called the gingival sulcus or socket. And this is why when we brush our teeth, okay, most people just brush, they just brush from the side, and they don't realize that this is an important place that needs cleaning with a brush. So you get your brush at about a 45 angle, and you wiggle the bristles and try to clean out the bacteria so that they don't penetrate the alveolar bone, which is just that's the bone around the tooth. It's a jawbone, but it's a special kind of bone that forms a sulcus or socket around the tooth. That can erode, and the bacteria can just keep moving, and the tooth starts to get loose and fall out. The living part of the tooth is called the pulp cavity. Here you have it, blood vessels and nerves. And continuing down is the root canal here. But typically we study the crown and the neck of the tooth. Thanks for listening.